Lecture series, chapter number 25, physics for scientists and engineers. So this is the Ohm's law, one of the very important law. Okay, so according to this law, this law statement of this law is that the current flowing through the circuit, current flowing through the metal wire is proportional to the potential difference applied at the end of the conductor. So I is proportional to V. Let me explain this. What does it means? For example, if we have a wire or anything device that we connect with the battery, positive and the negative terminal battery of potential V volts, so that the current start flowing through that circuit, through that metal wire, so that the current, if the current is I, so that according to this law, the current I is proportional to potential difference. What does it mean? It means that if you increase the potential V of the battery, so that the current also increases. If you decrease the potential difference, so the current also decreases. What does it mean? So the potential means the energy supplied by the battery. If you increase the battery potential, for example, if you use the battery of, for example, if you use the battery of 3 volt, so it will, for example, give us the current of, for example, 1 ampere. Suppose it will give us the current of 1 ampere, and then when you use the potential of the 6 volt, so it will give us current, because the voltage doubled, so that the voltage becomes 3 to 6, so the current also become double, so the current will be 2 ampere. So what does it mean? It means if you increase the potential of the battery, so the current also increases. If you use 3 volt battery, it will give you the 1 ampere, for example. So when you use 6 volt, it will give you the 2 ampere. So that when you increase the potential of the battery, so the current also increases. So number one statement, the current in a metal wire is proportional to the potential difference V applied across its ends. So I is proportional to V. And now we explain further. So the I is proportional to V, and our V is proportional to I. So V is equal to I. We introduce a constant. By removing proportionality, we introduce a constant R. V is equal to Ri, where R is the resistance of the, R is known as the resistance. What is the resistance? R is the constant proportionality known as the resistance. Resistance is the opposition in the flow of current, current mean how much opposition that the wire offers is called the resistance. It is basically the opposition offered by the metal wire. So let me explain what is mean by resistance. For example, if we have a wire, and when we connect with this battery, for example, so that the current start flowing through this wire, when the current start flowing through this wire, so that the current is basically the charges that flows through this wire. Okay, because we know that the atoms of this wire, there are atoms of this wire, so this current is not moves very smoothly, because you know that there is a opposition offered by these atoms. The lattice are atoms in the wire, so this opposition offered by the atoms in the wire is called the resistance R. And resistance is the opposition, and the resistance R can also be found by using R is equal to V over I. If we read in this equation, so V is equal to IR, so R is equal to V over I, and its unit is 1 ohm. 1 ohm is equal to volt per meter, 1 volt per ampere, 1 volt per ampere. So resistance is measured in ohm, and that is equal to 1 volt per ampere. Okay, now we further discuss, there are two types of conductors. One is ohmic conductor, other one is the non-ohmic conductors. So ohmic conductor are those conductor which obeys Ohm's law, just like metals are always ohmic conductors, and the graph of this ohmic conductor is proportional, mean the straight line. The graph between I and V is the straight line, because for ohmic conductor, V is proportional to I. The graph should be the straight line. and the slope of this graph shows equal to 1 over r. Slope of this graph is equal to 1 over r, because slope is basically is equal to y over x. Y-axis over x-axis. So along y-axis we have the current, along x-axis we have the voltage. So when we divide I with the v, so we get slope, and I over v, it will give us the 1 over r. 1 over r, it will give us 1 over r. Okay, so that one more thing, that another conductor is non-ohmic conductor. Non-ohmic conductor. Non-ohmic conductor are those conductors for which the which does not obey Ohm's law. We do not obey Ohm's law. Do not obey Ohm's law. So the graph between V and I does not proportional. So that the graph is not a straight line, it's a curved line. So that the graph between V and I is a straight line. So the filament of light bulb, filament of lighted bulb is non-ohmic. Semiconductor diode is non-ohmic, and filament or diode is diode or PN junction is the non-ohmic divide, because their graph is not a straight line, their graph is a curved line. Okay, thank you. I hope it will work. Okay, thank you.